Hello, my name is Maurice Okosun. Today I'll be talking about how poverty has changed in Britain. What is poverty? Poverty itself has various definitions, and in the next slides, we'll be talking about the different definitions of poverty. Number one definitions of poverty is absolute poverty. The absolute poverty is where the basic necessity of survival is lacked. For example, in low-income countries where the income is $3 per day, £3 per day per the World Bank. This is criticized for ignoring regional cost difference and non-material deprivations. In the other slides, we'll also be talking about the other definitions of poverty, which is relative poverty. The relative poverty, this means that the measure of deprivations relates to accept society living standards. Example, when income is below 60% of median. On the other slide, we'll be talking about the third definitions of poverty, which is social exclusion. The social exclusion simply is inability to participate fully in the society. A good example is no access to education. And in this other slide, we'll also be talking about the fourth definitions of poverty, which is multi-dimensional poverty. This is where poverty goes beyond incomes to include health, education, and housing. And in this slide, we'll be talking about changes in poverty in British. Number one changes in poverty in Britain is the Victorian era. This period is during the 1800s. This time there was widespread extreme poverty and poor laws. And the other change in poverty in British is post-World War II, the 1940 to 1960s. This period, welfare state was introduced and NHS was created. And the other period where the change in poverty in British occurred is during the 1980s and 1990s. This time saw the rising in income poverty and reduced welfare. And the fourth period of when poverty changed in Britain is the 2000 to present. This period, pensioner poverty fell and in work poverty rose. Also, there were food banks and universal credit issues. So, in this slide, we'll be talking about the method of measuring poverty. The way of measuring poverty is income-based measure. This method uses the below 60% of median after housing costs. It is a common UK government standard of measuring poverty level. The other method of measuring poverty is material deprivation. This measure adapts the check of lack of key household items like heating and adequate clothing. It is often used in income measure. And the third method of measuring poverty is minimum income standard, which is also known as MIS. This was developed by Joseph One Tree Foundation. This emphasizes what people expect so as to get a decent standard of living. And the other method of measuring poverty is Multi-Dimensional Poverty Index, which is also known as MPI. This is for measuring poverty, combined income, education, and housing. The fifth method of measuring poverty is subjective measure. The subjective measure is where asking individuals if they are struggling is resort to. And now in this slide, I'll be talking about analysis of poverty measure. Number one analysis of poverty measure is relative income. This method of measuring poverty is simple and widely used, though it does not show living cost. And number two analysis of poverty measure is material deprivation. This method focuses on the essential disadvantage because of subjective choice of items. And the third analysis of poverty measure is social metrics commission. This method has the advantage of being holistic in nature and include housing costs, but disadvantaged by not being used by government. Lastly, the fourth analysis of poverty measure is minimum income standard. In actual sense, it is based on public opinion and view. However, it is very expensive to research. Thank you.